Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter the Master of Hoppers. Today joined by
Brett
of Anomyces, checking out some more beer we got from Joe's Arcade.
Yep.
Still got quite a few beers from Joe to check out, and these one will be really fun to try because they're from Moksa, and I don't think we reviewed any Moksa on the channel. We've tried some. We had a chat with Derek at MBCC a couple of years back now because of the whole scary thing in the world, but because of that, we haven't seen, nothing's been imported or anything. We've seen some Abnormal come over here where he was before, but Derek is a great brewer. He makes amazing beers, but I don't think I've had any hoppy beer from at least Moksa. We did have some from Abnormal, but it wasn't as fresh as this.
No.
And these look to be West Coast beers. At least one is. One is a Gulf IPA, one is a West Coast IPA. But Joe sent these, so thanks a ton for the beers, Joe. So we're checking out Mulligan, which is the golf beer, which is apparently made in collaboration with Mulligan, a golf card game. Cool.
That's so fun.
And then they called it a Golf IPA because it's probably good for golfing.
Yeah.
And then we got, and I know why Joe has this, because Joe loves golf. And then we got Flocculative Tendencies, which is a West Coast double IPA. And so those are the two beers. The single, which is what we're going to start with, which looks like it could be a West Coast IPA, is hopped with Strata, Citra, and Simcoe, and is 6.4%.
Yes.
So let's start out with this one. It looks beautiful. It looks a lot like Slice's, West Coast IPAs.
Really.
It's like pin bright and yellow.
Slightly green.
Greenish.
Limey. It has this kind of limey.
It looks awesome, and that awesome
Yellow
green hue, and it looked a bit hazy, but it's just all chill haze. And all these are around the 4-week territory. Actually, it was 4 weeks to the day yesterday, so they're really fresh. Yeah, looks nice. White head. Let's check out the aroma. Very crackery malty backbone. It smells like a crusher.
It doesn't smell like this super like.
No. It smells like a golf beer.
Yeah.
But it does have a nice hop character. Like, I'm definitely getting that pineapple thing from Strata.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get that from Citra too, but I think like Strata is really like pineapple and
soft
passion
lemon
fruit.
lime.
Yeah.
But not this like crazy, really vibrant, pithy thing where you think of like peeling an orange or peeling a lemon. It's more like a soft, pithy lemon lime.
Pithy lemon lime.
Yeah,
and there's some dankness underneath too.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near as dank as Wowie Nugs. That beer is crazy, but it smells.
As I say, hints of like maybe passion fruit, pineapple.
Yeah, but definitely limey. It smells really good. It smells like a crusher. It smells like golf beer. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks, Joe. It is a crusher. It's definitely a beer you're gonna have a lot of.
Yeah.
Super clean and crisp. Bitterness. For sure,
but it's
new school West Coast for sure. Like, it's not overtly crazy bitter, and it's got modern fruity hops, but it definitely tastes like it's brewed for golfing. Like, it's brewed to be something you just kick back and you don't, it's not like this crazy complex, hyper saturated beer. I will say the hops are very distinct, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's still
but it's not like that. Like, it's just also because Wowie Nugs is the last West Coast single IPA I had, was just like, whoa. It was so saturated compared to this, but it's still really good. Like,
it's still quite flavorsome for being a golf beer. But it is like
crackery, snappy, bitter. It has a bit of a classic orange, kind of oily orange thing from Citra as well. Just a little bit, like what reminds me of old school West Coast IPAs.
Yeah. Like a bit of like a resin thing, just soft.
That could be Simcoe, maybe.
Yeah.
And a nice bitterness, and a fairly decent bitterness. Like, it snaps and it's dry, it's bitter. It's just, it tastes like something I could drink a ton of, and something I miss. Like, we've been treated so well with really good West Coast style beers lately, and it's definitely making a comeback. Well, some brewers are trying to have it make a comeback here. Mainly in Denmark, it's Bad Seed Brewing and Slow Burn.
Yeah.
But they're just not to this level. I still feel like this is still more flavorsome and more complex than those, and a bit more standout in hop profile.
Yeah. I think it could be a bit more aromatic, but I think the flavor is definitely more, impactful.
For sure. And I always love it when it's that way around and not the other. Drinking this right now really makes me want to revisit Elevated IPA, because I remember Elevated was a similar kind of thing. Not more saturated than this, but It's all slightly new school in
Yeah.
terms of approach. You had that beer, haven't you?
Yeah.
This is really good. Flocculative Tendencies, the double IPA. Let's check it out. This is 8%, and this is Citra and Simcoe hops. It looks more hazy, and I wonder why it's called Flocculative Tendencies. Maybe it's because the yeast didn't, it looks like a beer that is not completely clear, and flocculation has to do with how clear the beer looks, after, like how the yeast drops out in fermentation. We're not going to get too nerdy about that, but it looks like a West Coast IPA, but I've also seen a lot of New England IPAs look like this, actually.
Yeah,
it's lightly hazy.
With like
Colon
yeast.
yes.
Yeah.
But it looks very nice. I wonder what the IBU is on this, but yeah. The double IPA, this is the same age, so let's check it out.
Ooh,
more old school. Oh, it smells so orangey.
Yeah.
So orangey, oily orange pith.
And also a bit more dank than the other one.
Yeah, and it definitely has a little bit of an underlying sweeter kind of bready malt. Slightly caramelly, but it's super light. It smells more like your...
touch of honey.
Like the San Diego IPAs were always a bit more like this, and a bit more... They weren't always, as to my memory when I've been there, they were a bit more hop-centric. This has a bit more malt. Reminded me of something like Russian River. Like their IPAs have a bit of a malt character, like a slightly bready caramelly malt, but it's super light. So it's not cloying.
Yeah.
It smells really good. So much oily orange and citrus. But man, I miss West Coast IPAs like this.
Do you get this almost like honey malt? Touch.
Yeah, for sure.
But also that makes sense with like that oily orange thing,
Yeah.
because if it has this kind of honey-esque malt character, and then with that citrusy hop character,
sense,
that gives that oily.
And it has a bit of like just like classic pininess as well, like a piney, slightly earthy hop character. That could be Simcoe playing in there, but
it has to be like an earthy, foresty dank thing.
Sugar coated pink grapefruit. That's one of those flavor nuances you haven't smelled a long time in IPAs.
Yeah,
it smells really good. Let's try it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Joe. Oh yeah, much more old school. More bitter. A bit sweeter. It's also
but
IPA.
also sweeter. Yeah.
It doesn't snap the same way. This is a bit more old school.
It is.
And
this is more what I remember from also something like Lagunitas.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, that's Hop Stupid type stuff.
Yeah, and also just the regular Lagunitas.
Hop Stupid. I don't think they make Hop Stupid anymore, but I haven't drunk Lagunitas.
Yes, they actually do. They do, but it's just
they do.
Yeah, when it comes to
someone commented on my page or on the blog here on YouTube that they don't make Hop Stupid anymore.
I think I saw it recently on Beer Republic, but it was 3 months old. So I didn't really bother, but
But it has all that oily citrus, and it's like sweet orange and sweet tangerines and sweet citrus fruit, but also like sugar-coated grapefruit and pithy notes. And like this doesn't have that same. It's more fruity and lighter. It has a little bit, but this is like more towards all these old school flavors, and then it has a bit of pine and resin. And I like that as well. Like I really like the old school vibe of West Coast IPA, also just because of fresh breath air, because everything has to be haze nowadays. But I will say like. The new school West Coast approach is really fruity and light and bright. Like this seems like new school West Coast. I think in the long run, I definitely drink more of that because this could get lightly cloying because of the sweet malt.
But
whereas this
stick your nose into this and it's super limey now.
Oh yeah. Total like lime juice, like and lime zest.
And a touch of like passion fruit.
It just tastes like a little bit more old school, but I like it. I think they're great beers, all of them. But I would, in the long run, 100% drink most of golf beer. The Mulligan.
This golf IPA.
It's just a crusher. I'm thinking like a 93 on Mulligan and maybe a huge 92 on Flocculative Tendencies. I definitely can drink most of this. Yeah. But I would have no trouble finishing a can of either of them because they're dry, they're bitter, they're snappy. It's not like too sweet. Even though this is a little bit sweeter than I might prefer.
I would want it a bit more dry. So, again, I love to me Pliny is quite a bit more dry and like
it is
just fresh and snappy.
When we had it, it was also really fresh. But actually, Pliny in the double dry hop approach is definitely more towards the new school with a slightly old school West Coast twist. But yeah, I think 93 for Mulligan and a 92 for Flocculative Tendencies.
Mm.
Because I don't think they're near the level of enjoyment I had with the last couple of new school slice beers, like that really blew my mind, which was Kind Buds and Wowie Nugs.
Yeah, I'd say probably at 93 with this one, especially as it's warmed. I think it pops a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the long run, this is probably more like a 91 to me.
I still think that big 92 because I think it's nice and it's really old school and it has like that classic just sugar coated pink grapefruit kind of thing. I like it. It's really nice. It's like, to be honest, like a lot of the New England IPAs we're drinking at the moment, or just not at the moment, we've just reviewed a lot of hype New England IPA, but some of the other ones I've had besides this, maybe we haven't done on camera, it's like I'd just rather drink stuff like this.
Yeah,
this is not the best.
Yeah, but with this one, it has.
It's just a bit more cloying and sweet.
Yeah,
That's the big thing. Like,
yeah.
And also again, it's like it's not pink grapefruit; it's sugar coated pink.
Yeah.
That's a tasting note, but I think
that
they're really good.
Desk thing. Yeah.
We should hopefully sometime in the future try and get some Moksa because Moksa is a brewery worth watching, especially with stouts and bar everything. Like if you look at what Derek does, he does amazing stuff there, and you know you can definitely say he's a very talented brewer. These are dead on West Coast beers, and they're super clean, crisp, and just really enjoyable to drink. So
absolutely.
If you guys had a chance to try either Mulligan or Flocculative Tendencies, let us know what you thought. Flocculative Tendencies. Thanks a ton to Joe for the beers. Now we're going to go watch the European Cup and say cheers. And remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And we're going to say cheers.
Golf beer.
And cheers and golf beer for soccer. No, football.
Yeah, football beer.
And see you guys in the beer.